Hey guys, and welcome back to Anzo. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Aaron Judge, Domingo Germán, the freaking Blue Jays, and basically what happened in yesterday's game, which was pretty crazy to say the least. The back and forth between not only the players, but also just the managers in the sense of everything about this Blue Jay Yankees rivalry, I guess you could say, is starting to heat up. But basically, we'll start off with Domingo Germán. There has been some things when it comes to Domingo where he's using rosin and basically sweat, and he's saying that that's the sticky stuff that he's using on his hands when he's about to pitch and before he gets on the mound and all this stuff. But if you do recall, there was an incident before where Domingo Germán and this basically same umpire staff basically had a run into where they said, hey, look, we don't like how sticky your hands are. That's not just, rosin with sweat. That's something else. And they gave him a warning back then, and nothing happened. And you would think Domingo Germán would be even more, set on washing his hands or not really causing any alarm, because like they kept saying in the broadcast, you get audited once, you get checked in once, you think you're gonna be even more careful the next time, especially with the same umpire crew. I'm sure Domingo Germán knew it was gonna be the same umpire crew. I mean, at least you would hope so. But anyways, that didn't happen, and Domingo Germán, supposedly based on what these umpires said, that it was the stickiest they've ever felt, and definitely it wasn't sweat and rosin. It was definitely something else.
You mentioned difficult game. You needed your bullpen for 18 outs, but with Germán, what was said by the umpires there? Clearly he had something on his hands.
Well, they felt it was too sticky, and they ran it.
How does that happen with him, considering he had that incident a few weeks back where he was warned and it almost happened a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's not okay, and not. But we're also talking about a very what is the line? So it's difficult, but obviously it raised to a level that, and of course, he's been in the crosshairs a little bit, but it raised to a level that they didn't feel was good, and ultimately, that's Domingo's responsibility to make sure we're in a better position there. Apparently, Domingo crossed it tonight.
Last time it was an issue with rosin. Did the umpires indicate or identify?
I think it was the same. And look, there's a dicey, because you're comparing. They always compare hands, and of course, there's not going to be anything on, the other hand. There's not going to be any tack. So I don't know what the line is. He just said it was too sticky, and that was the explanation. Look, obviously we're frustrated, and Domingo I know is, but we're also going to support him in this and make sure, we don't get put in this position anymore. And so, I'm not going to sit here and look at it like that. Like we gotta keep moving.
What are the conversations you've had with Domingo since
he and I had a good conversation. I'll just leave it at that.
Therefore, he got kicked out of the game after a few innings where he was pitching great shutout baseball, and now he's probably going to get suspended for 10 games or so. Same thing like the Max Scherzer type of situation, which is not good for the Yankees because, as it kept saying, literally you cannot replace that spot in the roster. You have to basically live with one man down, and that's going to be hard for the Yankees, and we saw that in the game yesterday where the Yankees were scrambling to get in different bullpen arms, and we saw some injuries here and there. And so it wasn't the prettiest thing, but definitely the Yankees picked it up, and we got to see the Yankees eventually win the game, which was awesome. But the reason why the Yankees basically won the game was because of an epic home run from Aaron Judge. And if you remember from my last video, we talked about how everyone was hating on Aaron Judge, and even the crowd in the game were chanting cheater and all this stuff because, again, he glanced on over to the right side, and everyone thought it was maybe like cheating signs of him trying to pick up on a signal from the dugout, whatever the case was. But it wasn't that, because he proved it right there and there. Like, the Yes Network had him zoomed up, and it was perfect. Zoomed up to his eyes, and literally he did not look anywhere else but at the pitcher and the baseball, and he smacked it further than I think definitely the last game's ball. So, and he even broke the maple leaf dead center. It was awesome. It was epic. It was huge. And once he crossed the home plate, you saw him cover his eyes and basically, do a small gesture. And when he was going through the dugout, you could tell how pumped he was. I haven't seen Aaron Judge that pumped for a home run in a regular season game ever.
Aaron, this team had to overcome a lot of adversity this evening, came through with the win, second straight against the Blue Jays. What do you think has clicked for this team over the last 2 days?
There's overall great approaches at the plate. Gosman's had our number. Ever since he's been with Toronto, he's kind of had our number and couldn't really figure him out. And then we were able to get a couple runs early, and then we were able to get 3 more late against our bullpen. So I think it's just guys having great approaches up there and not missing their pitch.
Domingo Germán gets ejected there in that 4th inning. How much credit do you give to the bullpen getting 18 outs this evening?
Oh, that's big time. Ian coming in, he's been a workhorse for us. I feel like all season. Him and Ron coming in there, and then Webby giving us some huge innings. And then when you give it to the back end of the bullpen with Clay and Wandy, man, it's tough to get guys on base and tough to get runs, and you got those guys in the pen.
You've had to answer a lot of questions over the last 24 hours. When you connect in the 8th inning to put your team ahead, is that swing a little sweeter for you?
Anytime you give your team the lead, it's sweet. I'm just trying to do my job there. I kind of missed a couple pitches earlier in the game. A couple heaters away from Gosman, and I just want to make sure I didn't miss my pitch. In that situation where we needed some runs.
I saw you go back in the dugout. Then you were looking at the iPad with Anthony Rizzo and Garrett Cole. Were you admiring your work? It seemed like you dented that sign or broke that sign out there in dead center.
I don't know what we were looking at, to be honest. It might have been the next guy coming in. I'm not even too sure at this moment.
Aaron, thanks for the time.
Thank you.
So that you could tell that there are a lot of emotions riding in this series alone, especially with how the managers were acting, where, you had Luis Rojas that was a little outside of that box that they, have for the third base, first base coaches. No one pays attention to that. But anyways, the Blue Jays were mad and they basically were like, nah, brah, you need to go a little bit closer into that box or whatever, and calling someone in the Yankees dugout like a fat boy or something like that. Like, that manager shouldn't be saying that. I mean, you know why. Just look at the manager. But anyways, besides that, it was just very annoying. And you got to see even Aaron Boone get in on it, because obviously the Blue Jays aren't going to be in the box. They're going to troll. They're going to be outside the box. And it was just annoying to watch overall. And you saw Aaron Boone say it, and then, yes, they moved over into the box. But again, it was like a crapshoot when we got to see this back and forth. And even Aaron Boone himself said, yeah, it's just silliness.
How would you describe the back and forth on where coaches were standing in third base, first base box? They seem to be playing.
Just whatever, tired.
You say it's tired, but you went to the plate umpire to make sure they were back in the box too. Do you see this will continue?
It's just, I hope not. It's just silliness. It's silliness. It's ridiculous. And I think everyone, I hope on both sides, realizes that.
At the end of the day, the Yankees won. Judge did not cheat. He's never cheated. We saw him hit a home run fair and square. And yeah, I think that's put to rest. But anyways, I'm sure we're going to hear even more cheating chants and all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. But the Blue Jays aren't our rivals. It's just plain and simple. You're not. So anyways, let me know in the comments down below how you guys feel about this game. Aaron Judge hitting the home run. Aaron Boone calling out the Blue Jays, basically telling their third base coach to get back into the box. And let me know about Domingo Germán and the sticky stuff. For me, Domingo Germán should have definitely cleaned his hands. I don't know why the managers, anyone else, weren't on this. But anyways, Aaron Boone said that he talked to him and everything's fine. Whatever about that. Definitely, it's going to be a little struggle going forward. We already won 2 games in the series out of 4. Now let's see if we can kind of win the series at least, or even sweep them. But at the end of the day, it's good to see a healthy Aaron Judge and him command this team and fire them up, especially when we need it. And so it's good to see. But besides that, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think, how you guys feel. And as always, thank you for watching. Smash that like button if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe if you want to watch more. And I'll see you guys next time.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, go.